My name is Emily. I'm the Crazy Flippin' Mom. Welcome back to my channel. I want to talk to you about surviving on Amazon with all the changes, everything that's happening, and how I am still making money on this platform in 2025. If you have been a longtime seller on Amazon, you have seen the highs and the lows of the past couple of years, especially last year, 2024. It was a pretty big year for Amazon sellers, and not in the best way. Amazon changed their fee structure. They added placement fees, like a lot of additional fees. They just pushed onto sellers. And I think we all have been trying to figure out how to navigate that, especially like through Q4. They weren't accepting FBA shipments. So I know so many people have just decided or are starting to think, is this worth it? I see more content online about retail arbitrage being dead and just valid questions if this avenue of creating income is still worth it. I thought I would throw my 2 cents in. If you're feeling discouraged or not sure how to proceed, here are my thoughts. Amazon is the king, right? Walmart still cannot compete with the sales velocity happening on Amazon. So is there still profit to be made? Is there still opportunity on Amazon? Absolutely. 4 years ago, you could throw anything into a box and most likely make money on Amazon. And things have changed, and it's important that we change and adapt with it. And for me and my community, I keep coming back to the same concept and conversation is we have to grow up. We have to mature. There is not the low-hanging fruit on Amazon that we've seen in the past, that it's just quickly in a day you can pick it up and sell it or send it in. You have to put some more thought and effort into research, sourcing, and finding great products to sell. I see lots of opportunity, but the avenues and the way to go about that has definitely changed. I see a huge need to really understand the category you're selling in. So for instance, 4 years ago, I was selling so many different products across all the categories. Generic listings being pulled, multi-packs being pulled, some of your ability to create listings not being there now. I've had to really understand the category and when should I pick it up? How much should I send in? Is it going to tank? Like, I've had to put a lot more thought and effort into just understanding the seasonality of a category, the niche of it, what flavors do well, what multi-packs do well. Did my multi-packs get pulled this year? Is there a potential issue with the listing? Going through and doing so much more prep work, I think it's just still growing up as a seller, and there still are tons of listings that tank out, especially think like Christmas candy. The Christmas candy listings you can find at Walmart are probably going to tank out on Amazon. So how do we find success? How do we make money on this platform and steer clear of what is the easy flips? I go to Walmart, pick it up and resell it quickly. And I still do a lot of that, but I put a lot more thought and effort into how can I do that in a way that cannot be duplicated by 100,000 other sellers. First way I'm navigating the pitfalls, the hurdles, and staying successful on this platform is niching into a category and taking the time to understand what's selling, when, the pros, cons, what flavors, all of it. I want to become the expert of coffee. I want to become the expert of Christmas candy, baking, whatever it is. I want to get really good at identifying good products quickly, and not just that, spending the time needed to research and source potential leads, contacts, and what's happening on Amazon. With the increase of FBA fees, it has made me really leery to just continue to send in products without understanding how it's going to affect my bottom line. And so I have been really focusing on merchant fulfillment, and merchant is something I always did at the beginning of my seller career because it was a lower risk way to manage my inventory and make sales. I have gone back to merchant and I've done really well, and I focus on merchant fulfillment during the holidays. So think Valentine's Day is coming up, Easter is coming up. That's when I will be moving product and I will be shipping it from my warehouse here straight to customers. Merchant fulfilling is great for a number of reasons. One is you are in control of your product. I said that already, but once you send your products to a warehouse, that's it. It's in the Lord's hands. It's in Amazon's hands at that point. You have to recall it. And when you do recall a product from Amazon, they send it back one box at a time. It's all damaged. So when you are fulfilling merchant, when you are shipping direct to customers, you control your product. You can go pick up 5, list it, and if it does well, buy 5 more and list it and see how well it does. So in that regards, it's lower risk than sending it out to a warehouse. You have control over returns and refunds, and there is this big gray area on Amazon where returns happen or refunds happen that should not have happened. That whole side of customer service. Whereas merchant, you are seeing the products. You are seeing it go out. You are on top of tracking. If customers have issues, they're contacting you and you can help them figure out the A to Z claim, figure out where their shipping is, whatever it is. But you are really in control. And I know if you're trying to scale on Amazon, this is probably not the method for you because you want to do growth, right? And at some point, how do you stay on top of all of the orders going out and the customer service? But if you are getting into this and looking around at the climb on Amazon and like, how do I still make money? Merchant fulfilling, you will make money, you'll control your inventory, and you're not hit with all of the fees happening with FBA right now. I assume if you're watching this, you're just getting started this year and you've maybe seen content of mine on Instagram and thought, this is gonna be easy. And then you open your account and you're like, hold up. I just gave you 2 actionable tips if you want to start this year, how you can be successful. And I want to tell you a couple things, pitfalls to watch out for. When you're new, there's this overwhelming need to ungate in everything. If you're unfamiliar with ungating, Amazon restricts new sellers the products they can sell. And you have to get invoices and submit them to then sell in a category or sell a brand. The other way you can get ungated is auto ungated, and that is being a consistent seller over time, selling products consistently, okay? On the platform, you will get auto ungated, which means they will unlock other brands and categories for you to sell in. New sellers, there's this huge need to go out and get 1,500 invoices and ungate in every brand and category possible. It's time consuming and also a waste of money. When you get started, I would highly recommend getting ungated in grocery. You will be ungated in the grocery category, and a lot of brands you'll be able to sell. Maybe not Starbucks, that might be a hard gated brand, but think everything else. There's baking and cereal and treats and popcorn and all of seasonal candy. There's so much to sell. And I like grocery for new sellers because groceries are relatively cheap. And compared to a category like toys or clothes, there are fewer returns. So don't waste time getting ungated in tons of different brands and categories at the beginning because you honestly don't know what you're gonna sell. You're learning, you're trying to figure out like what makes sense for you, what storage you might have around yourself, etc., etc. Start in grocery. That's it. Start selling and you will find that you are auto ungated and more over time. Secondly, this falls into wasting time and money, like ungating. New sellers think I need to get in every community, and this is coming from somebody who has a community. I need to get every software, every tool out there on the market. And so you get in your first month, you've invested so much and you don't have a lot to show for it. And that's like true of most new business and startups, right? You have to invest in your education and what you need. There's a lot that you don't need out there, okay? You need to be profitable and understand your numbers, first and foremost. You need to understand that if I sell this product on Amazon, how much am I going to take home at the end of the day? That's what you need to know. There are a lot of like hidden fees on Amazon as a seller, especially if you're sending in products to a warehouse from your shipping costs to get your product in. Then the referral fees and all the other fees on top of that. So having a good software that's going to manage your fees is probably the number one thing you can do for your business. Making sure that at the end of the day, you're not selling things at a loss you understand the fee structure, whether it is merchant, because there are still fees, merchant fees that Amazon charges you, or it's FBA. And this also, I want to also make an extra note that in SellerAmp, in the back end, you can go into settings and add extra costs for your prep, your time, your bags. If you have a facility who helps prep your products, you can add the cost of that. You should be thinking about your time and the cost of thermal labels and boxes. You should be thinking of that as part of your work, your daily costs in this business. You want to see at the end of the day or at the end of the month your actual net numbers. This is we are building a real business here, and it's hard to make good decisions if you don't even know the foundation. Even I find myself to this day needing to go back and make adjustments, go back to the drawing board and realize, okay, how I was doing business, what I was selling is not profitable anymore. I need to pull these listings, pull these products from my catalog and rethink what I'm doing. This is your invitation opportunity to say, okay, maybe how I was doing Amazon in the past 4 years doesn't make sense moving forward, and I need to go back to the drawing board. That drawing board will be your fees, your numbers. At the end of the day, where's my money? This is why I use SellerAmp. I have the SellerAmp app on my phone, and when I research on Amazon, because I want to see a snapshot of all of that information in one place. So I am making, whether I'm in a store or at home, I'm making the best decision I would say. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been working with sellers a long time. Those two complaints, I didn't make as much as I thought. They really didn't understand the fees, and they invested so much in ungating and all the softwares and all the tools and all the courses. And I want to make this as simple for you as I can. There's still tons of opportunity. I think Amazon is a great platform to sell on, but you have to really understand what you're getting into up front. And I think the best way to do that is to have a great tool like SellerAmp on your phone. And I think community can save you a lot of heartache. In the Crazy Flip of Mom community, this is year 4 of being around. We have 4 years of content, courses, live calls. I am live Monday, Wednesday, Friday each week. You get to hear me talk and help you and answer your questions. That is so valuable to my success. I'm learning from my peers. I'm asking questions. That is the best road forward if you are just joining up in 2025. I see so much opportunity ahead. I think retail arbitrage, online arbitrage is not going anywhere. If somebody online is telling you that it's dying, they're lying to you. We had such a good Q4, and my primary place of buying products is still Walmart, okay? Like, I buy probably 97% of all my inventory that I resell on Amazon and Walmart at Walmart. So retail arbitrage is still alive and well. I love this as a side hustle, as a full hustle, as whatever you need it to be. I hope this was helpful. I hope that it encouraged you and pushed you in a direction of let's get out of the playground and let's start making good decisions for our business. Let's grow up and let's figure out how we take our Amazon business into the future successfully. Thank you for watching. I am going to link SellerAmp below, and I'm also going to add here a little walkthrough of my Walmart clearance, how I use SellerAmp. I hope you find it helpful. I love looking at clearance, and I'm going to show you what I found today. Bye. Thank you. you.